Hey, how's it going today, everybody? Robin here with AriesFireTarot. Thanks so much for joining me today. I just wanted to talk about meditation, guys, and why it might be a good idea if you don't currently practice meditation in your life. I have what I call a ZEN routine. It keeps me calm, it prepares me for the day, and it unwinds me in the evening. You know, I do have a full-time job that I work, and it's pretty high pressure. And then I have the tarot business on the side, so I'm going constantly from about 5:30 in the morning until, you know, about 10 o'clock at night. So it can be a little bit much. So I started doing like my Zen routine a few years ago, and it really made changes for me. So I get up and I go for a walk every morning. Walking can be a form of meditation, you guys, if you don't like to sit down and, you know, the typical, what everybody might think is the right way to meditate, you know, sitting and doing the Om chanting and whatever. Meditation can be many different forms. So I go for a walk. I have a dog. I walk her every morning. And then I come home and I do actually a 10-minute meditation. And then I do 15 minutes of yoga. And yoga is another form of meditation. So, and meditation is all about just focusing in on yourself, really. Well, not all about, but that's one of the biggest points for me in the morning anyway. And I find that really prepares me and puts me in a calm state to be able to manage whatever life chooses to throw at me for the day. You know, it helps me take on, I mean, I deal with a lot of negative people in my day-to-day life, you know, and some of the comments that I get on YouTube, they're not very flattering sometimes. So I noticed that ever since I started meditating, stuff like that doesn't bother me anymore, because when you meditate, you don't just wipe out your brain. You know, you don't just sit there like a cucumber for however long you choose to meditate and not think anything. The point of meditation, I have to stop saying the point of, but one of the points of meditation is to observe your thoughts and not attach any emotion to them. And you can start that way and move along your path of choosing only positive thoughts. So you have to keep in mind that every thought that we're thinking is the universal consciousness. So, and it's every thought that's ever been thought. So they're going to be running across your mind. So whatever you pay attention to is going to grow for you. Whatever you choose to attach your emotional thinking to, that is what you're going to focus on, and it's going to grow bigger. So if you're watching my tarot readings, there's sometimes when I say you have to use your positive intention to get there. So meditation is the gateway to developing positive thinking, okay? So that's one aspect of meditation for me, is to calm my brain down, to be able to observe thoughts that are not necessarily mine and let them go. So, and then the other thing is, you guys, I think you might have heard me say this before on videos, that prayer is talking to God, but meditation is listening. Will Smith does a really good video on why he meditates. A lot of very, very successful people meditate, like Oprah Winfrey. I saw, oh God, now I forget her name completely, Cameron Diaz. She talks about how she meditates for 15 minutes at least once a day. Jennifer Aniston. So there's a real science behind this, you guys. Because you can hear things when you're meditating. You get to communicate to your higher self, and your higher self can communicate to you. And you've created this silent space, well, relatively, you know, your thoughts are still sort of bubbling in the background, but you've created a bigger space to hear the universe, you know, hear that response to the prayer that you sent up 3 weeks ago, and you're like, why am I not getting an answer? You probably are getting an answer, but if you're so busy and you feel like you have no time to meditate, then you might possibly miss it. So I don't really think the average person needs to meditate like they're a Buddhist monk. You know, it's not really necessary. I do like 10, 15 minutes in the morning, and then I generally do between half an hour and an hour at night. Because there's some amazing meditations out there. If you've never done it before, sometimes I like to choose to just have music in the background. I think it's really important, the audio that you choose if you're doing that. I live with like tons of neighbors around me, and they're not so silent. So I need something to drown them out so I can meditate in relative peace. So music in the morning for me. I like Vedic chants and, you know, Vedic yoga music. There's some guided meditations that are really amazing. I think if you're going the guided meditation route, it's important to choose somebody whose voice soothes you, because not everybody has the voice that you want to listen to during a guided meditation. And it takes practice to be able to have what people would call a successful meditation. Like the first time I tried it, I was like, oh God, what am I doing? You know, and this sucks. And I got up and stormed off because I'm an Aries with no patience. So it took me some time, and I had to find the right people. Like I love the voice of Jason Stevenson. Like he has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube for a reason. He's got such an amazingly calm voice. He does sleep meditations, guided meditations, and just affirmations and everything. So check him out. Jason Stevenson, really good. And Power Thoughts Meditation Club, they're amazing. Alex and Kenneth Suarez, and then Kenneth Suarez has his own channel. And I listen to them when I want to do a guided meditation, like how to, you know, heal your inner child, or, you know, meditate for abundance, whatever it is. They've got whole video playlists, and they're amazing. So I like to do those in the evening, usually about an hour and a half before bed. And then you can also run sleep meditations. If you have a hard time sleeping, there's sleep talk downs and meditations that will guide you into sleep, and they actually last 8 to 10 hours. So I really advise those for troubled sleepers. So there's so many different ways to meditate, you guys. It can be whatever you want it to be. Like there's absolutely no wrong way to meditate. You don't have to put on a robe and sit, you know, with 100 other people on a lawn, you know, with your mudra and sit there. That's for some people. It's not for everybody. There's meditation groups, you know, there's even online, you guys, there's certain people that do global meditations online. Actually, I've attended a couple of those, which are just incredibly powerful, but it's all what you're in the mood for. But I would, if it's something that you want to get into, don't be too hard on yourself if you're not like successful right away. Give yourself the chance. Like I said before, I think it's called practice for a reason. It's a meditation practice. Like they say, yoga practice, because results are cumulative, and you just have to keep going. And if you can only do it for 5 minutes, hey, that's awesome. And then do it the next day and the next day. But I just think in this world where everybody's so busy, this is just a #1 thing in self-care for me. And I have recommended my top favorite guided meditations, but any sort of even nature sounds for some people, whatever works for you guys, I just highly recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed this little chat about meditation and why it could be a benefit to you, could be good for your health, like calm you down, you know what I'm saying? It just really, like I call it my Zen routine for a reason, because it just keeps me even. And it's just helped me out so much. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And anyway, thanks for tuning in, and remember to subscribe and all that great stuff. And I'll talk to you soon next time. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.